Well, it sucks being a Last of Us fan right now because we just got the worst news. The Last of Us Part 2 has officially been delayed again, but this time indefinitely with no new release date. So the release date is pretty much in limbo. It could release in the middle of this year, towards the end of the year, or we might have to wait all the way to fucking 2021 before we get a chance to play this thing. And it sucks clicker dicks. And Naughty Dog puts out a bunch of screenshots to try and help alleviate the disappointment, but that's like putting a Hello Kitty band-aid over a shotgun wound. It ain't doing shit. I would much rather be playing Part 2 on May 29th than looking at a bunch of pretty screenshots taken from the game. You get what I'm saying? And speaking of screenshots, I'm going to be taking a closer look at those towards the end of this video after I'm done giving my opinion on the whole delayed situation. I just want to cry big boy tears right now. I mean, this sucks. We really have no games to look forward to coming up now. Cyberpunk was supposed to release this month, but it got delayed all the way to September. And I remember when I read about that delay, I was pretty disappointed. But then I remembered, still got Watch Dogs Legions, still got The Last of Us Part 2 early in the year. And then Watch Dogs Legions got delayed with no new release date. So then I was like, oh, at least I still got The Last of Us Part 2, which is my number one most anticipated game of the year. And then boom, there goes Sony, delaying it with no release date. And it doesn't seem like Naughty Dog has anything to do with the delay. It's all Sony. It says Sony Interactive Entertainment has made the difficult decision to delay the launch of Us Part 2. I mean, not the launch of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Part 2. And it has nothing to do with the development of the game. The development has not fallen behind at all, because Naughty Dog put out an official statement saying, we're nearly done with development of The Last of Us Part 2. We are in the midst of fixing our final bugs. So somehow, some way, in the midst of COVID-19, Naughty Dog is still able to finish the game. And if what they're saying is true, that means the game will most likely go gold by the end of April. And it will be ready for May 29th. And Jason Schreier even tweeted the same thing. The Last of Us 2 is on track for May, multiple devs say. The primary reason for the delay is the challenge of printing, shipping, and selling physical games right now. So, as you can see, has nothing to do with the development falling behind. Has everything to do with Sony's greed. Because Sony is so worried they're not going to make as much money as they'd hoped for in its first week of release. Because all these publishers, they probably have like a sales quota they expect new releases to meet. They either want them to meet the quota or surpass it. And Sony is worried because fans can't actually go into a physical store and purchase a physical copy of the game, that they're going to miss out on a shit ton of money. But I think Sony is highly underestimating the popularity of The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, do they realize that this is probably the most anticipated PlayStation exclusive of all time? I mean, this thing is going to sell like Popeye's chicken sandwiches, no doubt. I mean, they're worried their pockets aren't going to get filled that first week or that first month. But boy, those pockets are going to get so full, they're going to start bulging, they're going to start expanding, they're going to get to the point where they just explode and $100 bills are going to start raining all over the place. That game is going to sell no matter what. You release that shit on May 29th, whether physical stores are open, whether websites are shipping physical copies or not, fans are going to play that game, even if they have to buy it digitally. So the 60 you didn't get for a physical copy, you're going to get digitally. So it doesn't fucking matter. Sony needs to get their fucking greedy heads out of their asses and realize that. Like, this game is going to sell on May 29th, no matter fucking what, man. People have been waiting 7 years for this game. Well, it's been 7 years since the first game. People have technically been waiting 4 years since it was first announced in 2016, but you get what I'm saying. Like, people have been clamoring for this game. And when they did that Outbreak week last year where they showed off new gameplay, they had all these hands-on previews that people were writing, and they opened up pre-orders. Everybody pre-ordered the shit, the early editions, collector's editions. Everybody was hype as shit to be able to play that on February 21st. And then it got delayed to May 29th. And now everybody who pre-ordered the game last year that was waiting for February, waiting for May, now has to wait till potentially 2021 now. And it's straight up fucking bullshit, man. But I have a solution. And some of you might be cool with it. Some of you might be like, nah, that ain't gonna work out. But here's my solution. Now, I know a lot of you have probably pre-ordered physical editions. And you're worried you're not gonna get your physical editions on release day, right? So, the best course of action is to just buy it digitally. That way, when it opens up for preload, you can preload it and be able to play that shit on release day with everybody else. And then, when your physical copy finally gets delivered in the mail, you can just sell that shit on Craigslist, OfferUp, Let Go, or something else like that. You might have to sell it for a few dollars cheaper, but still, you'll pretty much get all the money back you spent on the digital version. You'll still have the game, you'll still be playing day one, you won't have to worry about spoilers or any of that nonsense. And if you ordered the Ellie edition or the collector's edition, you can keep all that shit, just sell, the physical copy of the game. And you're still going to have the game on your PS4. And if somehow we could all come together and let Sony know they're not going to miss out on any money, that everybody's going to buy digitally if they have to, we might still get a May 29th release date. Because just imagine, if if they don't decide to release it on May 29th, it could be June, it could be July, or it could be fucking December, or it could be the middle of 2021. Because this COVID-19 situation seems to continue to get worse. Stores are closing more and more. Websites are tending to not ship as much as they used to unless it's essential. I mean, things are getting bad. And if it continues to stay this way or get worse, Sony is going to continue to delay this game. I mean, do you really want to have to wait a whole nother year to play this game just so you can get that physical copy? Hell no. I pre-ordered digitally last September. I mean, physical copies are going out of style. They went out of style for me back in 2014 when I started PC gaming, because I started using Steam, and every game I played I bought through Steam, which is digitally. No physical copies, no waiting for shit to be delivered, no wasting gas driving to a store. You buy it, download it, play it. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you are against that because you can't resell a digital copy, and on top of that, a lot of your internet speeds aren't that fast, or a lot of you probably don't even have internet right now. But digital's the way it's gotta be, man, because of situations like this. Like, if The Last of Us Part 2 was a PC exclusive, I guarantee it would not get delayed at all, because most PC games sell the most digitally. There's very few people who actually go to a store and buy a PC game. And I wish that was the same with consoles. But yeah, if we can just, I don't know, come together somehow and convince Sony that they're still going to make buku bucks on May 29th, maybe they'll still give it to us. Who fucking knows?
All I know is I fucking pissed, man. I was so ready to play this fucking game. And now I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm just gonna have to continue to play with myself.
Alright, so let's go ahead and have a look at the new screenshot, shall we? So this first one, we have some guy gesturing to his minions to hold their fire. Now, we don't know who he's looking at. Could be Joel, Ellie, or maybe the mystery woman from 2017. But the one thing I do know is we've seen this guy before in the reveal trailer from last year, Boom. He was the guy interrogating the naked fella in the bathroom. And we know it's him because he's wearing the same pants, same pockets, same green shirt with the lines in them, same hairline, same five head. So, most def the same guy. And he's definitely a leader of some sort. But who is he the leader of? That's the question. I doubt he's the leader of the Seraphites because he's not bald and he doesn't have the scars around his mouth. And I don't think he's the leader of the WLF because they're xenophobes who shoot trespassers on sight. So I can't really see them coming across a trespasser and being like, whoa, whoa, hold up. This trespasser's cool, let him speak. You get what I'm saying? And I doubt he's Fedra because he doesn't have any Fedra logos anywhere on his outfit. So the only other group that we know of that he could potentially be a leader to is the Fireflies. So my prediction is this is Marlene's father. And after he found out his daughter was murdered, he decided to become the leader of the Fireflies so that he could go after Joel and get his payback. How crazy is that? So in the first game you had Joel who killed this guy's daughter in order to save his daughter. So in part 2 we might have some daddy versus daddy action coming. Who knows? Next up we have this screenshot of this 12, 13, 14-year-old boy trying to stab Ellie for some reason. Now we know that Ellie was 14 and she was stabbing dudes and shooting dudes in the first game, so it's pretty common for kids to be just as violent as adults in this world. So we're probably going to come across groups of kids and preteens that we're going to have to shoot and stab in the face, and that's definitely going to cause some controversy. Oh, now this picture right here, this is my favorite one just because this is Last of Us 1 Joel right here. This is pretty much proof that we're going to get to see what happens in those first 5 years at Jackson. He's got the same Last of Us 1 haircut, same short beard, looks exactly the same in the face, definitely younger than when he was revealed last year at the end of that release date trailer. And it looks like this is probably going to be when he's teaching Ellie how to play guitar. And the most interesting part about this is the moth that's on the guitar. Look at that. That is the same moth on Ellie's tattoo that she has on her arm. So I'm thinking the moth has some type of musical significance to Ellie. But we'll have to wait and see. And the next shot, we even get another look at Joel with the guitar. Now this has got to be Tommy over here. Yeah, you can see his little denim jacket. He's got a little ponytail. Definitely Tommy. So this is definitely during those first 5 years, and I bet you probably start off the game as Joel, and you probably go on like a trip with Tommy, and you end up finding this guitar with the moth on it. And then when you get back to Jackson, you give this guitar to Ellie. And then this is what she uses to, write her songs with and whatnot. And then she sees the moth on the guitar and she's like, wow, I like that moth. And then she incorporates it into her tattoo. That's what I'm assuming. This was in the trailer last year also, and Tommy came over with some Tupperware with most likely some marijuana cookies in them. And I guess he's trying to talk Ellie out of doing whatever she's going to do. But we got Ellie, we got some clickers, butt naked clickers. Look at that nipple. We got a shambler over here. Man, that is just going to be terrifying right there. I can't tell if this says airport or not. I don't think it is. I feel like that's got to be a subway, right? Doesn't look like an airport, but it might be. An airport would be a pretty cool location. And then we got this one right here. This is, as you can see, definitely WLF territory. Trespassers killed on sight. Definitely a checkpoint. As you can see, we got a ripped up Fedra sign. So it seems like the WLF is against Fedra. Fireflies are against Fedra. Seraphites are most likely against Fedra. Nobody likes Fedra. Fedra is the enemy of everybody. Oh man, look at that. Look at the beautiful sun rays coming through. And the detail in the trees and the fauna and that horse ass. Wowzers in my trousers. Oh man, look at those eyes. Does how is this even possible, man? How did games go from Pong on Atari to this? It's insane how far technology has come. And this it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Because of the advancements in technology, we get games that look this fucking good. But the problem is these type of games take a hell of a lot longer to develop, and it's much harder on the developers because they've got to crunch longer to make games look this good. So it has its pros and cons. But yeah, man, look at those eyes, the skin texture. Like, what the fuck, man? And this is probably I don't know if this is at Jackson. It looks like Dina's definitely naked. So they just got done doing a little clam clapping. A little clam clapping. But yeah, I don't know if this is at Jackson or if this is in that one house where they found that weed stash. Look, I like how we go from here. She looks kind of sad here, but also just looks like she's adoring Dina while she sleeps. But here, she's definitely sad. Her and Joel are having a deep, heartbreaking conversation about something. Maybe what occurred to send him on her journey, or maybe the talk about what went down with the Fireflies. Who knows? Because he even looks pretty heartbroken himself. I love the way Joel looks. Boom. Why'd you do that to me? Why'd you delay Last of Us Part 2 again, you bastard?
It wasn't me, Ellie. It's goddamn Sony.
Now this, at first I was like, that's Jackson burning. Then I thought to myself, why the hell would they show that? That would be like a big ass spoiler showing Jackson burning. It's definitely not Jackson because you can see the fencing around this area. This fencing is not the same kind of fencing around Jackson. Jackson has those big ass walls with the lights on top. So this is some other location. Definitely not Jackson. And then we got Jesse staring at Ellie like, God damn it, Ellie. Why'd you have to take my Dina? You could have at least let me watch while you were clam clapping. This is the last one. Yep, this is the last one. This takes place in that one section from the trailer where she has the two shamblers running at her and you got the red lights from the flares. So I'm assuming that's what this is from, but I definitely love this. She's got the blood splatter all over her face and her clothing, and she's looking down at something. She's either pissed or horrified. I don't know. But anyways, those are the new screenshots. They're all beautiful. The game looks fucking amazing. It's sad we don't know when we're going to get it in our hands thanks to fucking COVID-19 and Sony's greed. Fuck!
I fucking pissed, man.